hard or go home.
I think you guys could hear me, but you can't see me. What's up, guys? Hello, everyone. I know I'm running late. Let me go ahead and see if I could send out the bat signal, see if we get some more people to come hang out with us. Like I said, I don't know what's going on with the camera. Oh, there we go. There we go, bro. There we go. Look at that. What's up, guys? My name is Cruz. I am the founder and head trader at NewAgeWallStreet.com. Welcome to the Sunday STOCKcast. We usually go over some tickers, I answer questions, technical analysis to get ready for the week. This is going to be a big week. Lots of things going on, lots of earnings. We also have FOMC on Wednesday. So we have a lot going on. So I let me fix my hat real quick right here, dude. This is bugging me here real quick. 1 second. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. All right, so I was on Tradecaster last week. If you hear from Tradecaster, welcome. Um, better that way. Uh, better that way that you can't see me. Not sure exactly what you're saying, but let me go ahead and take a look here. Um, all right, so if you guys have tickers that you want to go over for the week, or you have any questions about technical analysis or anything, please leave them in the chat. We will go over them. I also offer horrible relationship advice. If you guys want to ask me, just put Dear Abby, new website here. Okay, cool. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Well, I didn't quite do much. I've been here working all weekend. I did have a big went to the gym yesterday. Been working on the website. I have some projects in the works now for New Age Wall Street now that we did not do. Um, we weren't invited back on Tradecaster, but that is okay. We are going to focus on our community and make it our community a whole lot better. Um, let's see here. Okay, let's see here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to bring my screen over here so you guys can take a look. Go over here. All right, so what we're kind of looking at and what I had here a little bit earlier was um, our earnings. So we have quite a bit of big time earnings this week. One of them being, uh, so we have Apple reporting. We also, nothing really on Monday. We have Google, Microsoft after the close on Tuesday. I did look at McDonald's. We're going to look at McDonald's here in a second. Spotify, Facebook, Meta, Shopify as well, and Amazon, Apple, Roku on Thursday. So big week of earnings this week. Make sure that you are kind of cognizant of what is in play. So especially if you're trading options, because if you're trading options and you have those juiced up implied volatility, and you don't know, and that theta starts to get a hold of your premium, it's going to be a really, really bad time. Um, so we'll go ahead and start from there. The first one being, we talked about Google. These kind of have the same. Uh, sorry, the dog's going crazy over here. These kind of all have the same kind of um, way that this is set up here in the. Um, this is set up over here in the more macro type of way. Um, So right here at the bottom where of this daily, we don't necessarily have any type of compression there, but on the weekly chart, we are starting to get a little bit closer right here, and it's a lot to be said as far as like the FOMC and the which way they go here, because if we do hold support, we get above this point of control, we could get a pretty nice move here to the upside. So that's Google, and then we also have Microsoft. Kind of the same exact thing. If I was to take off the name right here and then put these here side by side, you would not be able to see which one is stronger than the other, but this one is kind of more coming down. I would say like this. Let me start putting it like this. So there's a little bottoming formation there on those ones. And then also, so McDonald's reports before the open on Tuesday, and this is actually looking pretty good here for the upside. McDonald's is generally is a recession stock, so we have this big neckline around this 256 260 area. So I'll put another line right here at this 260 area, and if once we get about that, we get into this little volume gap area, and we can make some bigger moves to the upside on here. So we will be looking at McDonald's, especially if they report some good earnings on Tuesday. Okay, and then we also have Meta with this nice bottoming formation here. It did get all the way to this area, almost filling that gap. I would like for this to pull back a little bit back to the, or actually it did pull back, so it pulled back to the breakout point. If it holds, that would be awesome for us to continue to go further up, putting in a higher low as compared to here. Okay. Shopify. Shopify is really good. It almost has kind of the same thing where it did break out of this bottoming formation, and now it's coming back to retest the breakout. So if it does hold this like 35 30 this 35 area, that'd be awesome for us to get some continuation to go to the upside. My profit target on this is for it to get to 50 in the longer term, so I am watching that. And then Apple. Apple here as well. So where we have this kind of low volume area, the target it being 157 or 158 right here. So we may get a little bit of sideways action before it tries to make that move. But also dependent, like we said, on the earnings on Thursday. So we'll keep that on watch. Get to the left right here. I move to the upside there. Amazon. Oh, and then Amazon. So Amazon has actually been very, very strong. Oops, AMZ. Very, very strong right here. But it is against the resistance here, so it needs to flag and kind of consolidate, go sideways a little bit, and then see if we could get up to this point of control, this area, the 135, 136 area here to the upside, and fill this gap right here. So we are looking at that. And then Roku actually looks really good on this bottoming as well. ROQKU. So we were looking at this in my member meeting a little bit ago, and lots of compression here to the upside. So we wanted to be able to hold the support and then continue to break out of this this descending triangle right here. All right. I have something in my goatee. What's up, Kevin? Nothing in my goatee, brother. Nothing in my goatee. All right. So if you have any tickers, anything else you want to go over, anything option related, technical analysis is definitely fair play. Something that you're working on specifically in your trading, I'm happy to go over it with you as well. But those are pretty much the tickers that we're looking at. Thoughts on AMD? So we were actually looking at this, dude, as well. And the semiconductors are, they just have a lot of overhead. They went really, really strong with this last little rally, And now we're in this overhead resistance area right here. This 107 is the big volume node. And then right here, so this $90. So we're either going to have to pull back, consolidate in between this area a little bit, and then push up a little bit further on that as well. So, but a pullback to this point right here, the 84.50, would definitely be welcome right here. So on this pullback, be able to get in for some more, the higher move. The first point being this 90.50 area or so that we're talking about. So absolutely. But it's still within this, like, this trend, this channel right here. So we wanted to be able to break out of that channel. Okay. Let's see. Oh, so as far as this week, also along with FOMC, we also have quite a bit of other economic catalysts that are going on. We have consumer. Hold on, I'm pulling it up. All right, so we have nothing really tomorrow. And then on Tuesday, we have consumer confidence, new home sales for June. So that'll definitely be something to look after. And then on Wednesday, we have pending home sales as well. Crude oil inventories. The ones with the 3 stars are the ones that introduce more volatility to the market. FOMC statement at 2 o'clock Eastern. And then jobless claims and initial jobless claims, and then GDP. So GDP on Thursday as well. So a lot going on this week. What's up? Anyone else have any other tickers or anything else that you want to go over? Oh, we didn't really kind of go over like full, kind of market sentiment, like with the SPY, Qs, and VIX and what have you. So we could kind of do that as of right now. So Monday we had this pullback, and I put out a video last week on YouTube if you guys want to go watch it, on my overall thesis on what's going on, especially with this rally. So we had CPI numbers release, and then we also had we have FOMC this week. So I believe the plan is for them to try to keep the market up as high as possible. We may get that full point raise on Wednesday, and if we release that in any part of this area, we'll probably get back down to the 385, 380 area, and not so much no harm, no foul kind of deal if that's the case. So if it does pull back and it gets to that area, then we'll go ahead and form a new base and then find a direction of what we're going to go. Now, something that needs to be said and something that's notable is that the Fed's balance sheet has not changed. They have not started offloading anything off of their balance sheet. So that is something that they said that they were going to start doing, and they haven't yet. So that's something also to keep in mind. So going into Monday, and kind of like what we're doing, and also like if I put the Qs over here on the bigger time frame, we'll kind of go like this. So the Qs came up to this high volume area right here. The resistance is 310 up above, right? It didn't quite get there. Now we rejected this 308. We're at this 302. This 304, 303.50 area, I believe, is going to act as our resistance now. So what I would like to happen, and because tech did lead the rally that we had over this last week or so, I would like for this to push back up, and then us to reject and fail. I try to say reject and fail in the same word, up into this 304 level, and then come back down to 300. So kind of the same thing here. So 395, 396 here on the SPY, and then get back down to 390. So if we do get back down to 390, I believe that's a really nice area to be able to get in and see if we get a rally going into FOMC on Wednesday. So that's kind of the plan going into tomorrow. All right. If that's not the case, what I think is going to wind up happening is that we just get a bunch of chop. So everyone already kind of hedged in and kind of positioned for Fed. This is a big one on Wednesday, and so we may just get like a choppy market going into uh, Wednesday. So Monday, Tuesday, kind of not too much going on. Okay. Um. Okay. CZR. So Caesar, what do you see in this one, bro? I like this little rally, so I would like for it to hold right here, this 4160 or so. So kind of rally up, flag, hold this for, yeah, 4170, 4160 area, and then for it to continue going. That would be pretty cool if it could keep up. And then I think DK and G, dude, I heard some flow from that one. Yeah, DK and G started running pretty nice over the last week or so. So I had this big move, and then the pullback on Friday, like everything else. But if it holds, nice to continue to move to the upside. And then UVXY, I would like to see to the upside as well. UV, stop, dog. Yeah, so it's kind of far down here. Let me see. This 1143 is like where I would want it to hold. So 1150 or so. So if we to get down and hold around this area. Okay. Cool. Oh, dude. I didn't know you could give tips on here, bro. You didn't have to give me a tip or anything, dude. That's pretty freaking cool. Thank you, bro. All my money from YouTube and all my assets and everything, uh, I kind of use it to show my son to that you're able to make money. Not it doesn't matter how old you are. So I show him that you can make money off of streaming and stuff like that, and then that it's something that he's able to do. So he kind of takes initiative as well to do it on his own, and he does. And he pulls out the camera, he pulls out his phone and starts recording himself for TikToks and stuff like that. So all the money that I make from my AdSense and YouTube, it goes towards his Nerf gun fund. So I'll tell him that you did that. He says thank you. Fed Guy 12 said it's due to delay. They will eventually do the QT. I don't know what's the QT. I want Caesar to go down, but it seems like they are pretty strong. Yeah, the what company is shooting up? Like, I don't think anything's gonna shoot up. Um, really, I don't think we're going to get a rally like we did this last week. So we're either going to get some chop until Wednesday. And now if the FOMC numbers on Wednesday are less, maybe they do 3/4 instead of one, or maybe half instead of one, then yes, we will probably get a pretty nice rally. But I don't want to get too far into a bias of not thinking that could happen, but it's definitely something that can happen. And so that is the only way I could see that we do. Yeah, Tesla on its own. So the thing with Tesla is, I think the kind of one of the things that we play in the room, in our chat room, um, is that at the end of the week, at the end of the month, actually, excuse me, which this will be, right? So this will be the last expiration of the month. Stocks that are heavily shorted usually get a rally because they have people that are shorting them because of margin requirements usually have to um, like, I don't know how you would say, um, move around their portfolio a little bit in order to fit their margin requirements and stuff like that. So the big players, so they wind up having to short cover some of their stocks and stuff like that. Um, so looking at the open interest here on Tesla, we do have some at 800 right here. So there's 2,000, and then we also have to the upside this 7,000 at 850, and there's not much over that. So 900, there's 6,000. So if we are able to get over 850, and then 830 was resistance as well this last week, then maybe. But I think we're going to wind up closing under 800 probably this week. So we also have 800 775s as well, or excuse me, 7,000 at 800 on the call side. So I think we're going to wind up closing under 800 for the week on Tesla. So I think that's done. But like I said, um, end of the week. So AMC is also one of those tickers that kind of gets one of those bumps up at the end of the month, and it was starting around this corner and doing really good up here towards the 17 and 18. It gave up them cheeks right there. So any type of pop up here towards this 15, 50, 16 area, I think is a pretty good short. We'll take a look at that unless it starts spacing and makes that move like we are talking about for the end of the month. I want CZR to go down. Hey Cruz, what company shooting up? Thinking about buying some calls. Yeah. So that's just my 2 cents on those ones. 20, yeah. So I mean, even if it starts, pops up to sell some 16 calls on those for this week would be absolutely pretty nice on AMC. So absolutely, dude. So 4,000 here at 16. Yep. So yeah. So any type of pop up, if we fail like that 16, I will probably do. It's funny. We had a joke in my room at one time. We call it the Holy Trinity. So selling calls, getting puts, and then shorting the equity all at the same time. You go in real deep in those. I appreciate the likes and everything here, guys. Thank you so much. If you guys could go share the stream to other people so that I know that I haven't been really consistent with these Sunday STOCKcast streams. I'm gonna be bringing them back. I'm also gonna be streaming live on YouTube during market hours too, some live trading. So I promise I will be more consistent with these and stuff. So Fed guy, yeah. Anaya, who's Anaya? Cool. Yeah, the more the merrier. And then I have questions to answer and things to go over. I definitely appreciate you guys coming in too. Mm, Trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to talk about this week. Yeah, my time is valuable. Bro, there's nothing more that I like, you know, than talking shop about stocks and being around other people that understand how hard this is and what it's like to trade and stuff, dude. It's really hard to go up to someone else and then tell them about your trading and stuff. Then you just sound like a whiner or a complainer. Shopify. So Shopify, the thing about Shopify, dude, even after the split, is that this uh, the bid and the bid ask spread on this is still pretty nasty. So it did hit the resistance up here at the 40, and then I wanted to hold here around this 36 area, which it's already trying to do from Friday. But if it could hold this 36.50, 36 area, I do like this for a buy for it to continue going up. I did buy some more down here for my long-term portfolio, but just as a kind of more of a swing, um, I will get in here if it does show that it's hold. So like, we could even give it to 35.70 or so. But yeah, I really like Shop now that it's split, dude. Ecom is not going to go anywhere, and the float on it is still really really small, so it could definitely show quite a bit of volatility on it. Cool. All right, guys. I will have like kind of a lesson plan type deal going into next stock study, kind of something for us to talk about, for me to teach you guys a little bit more, um, as well, along with what we're talking about as far as tickers for the week, game plan, watch list, all that stuff. Kind of just some psychology and, like I said, just kind of a lesson as well. But apologize I was late again today. You guys have any other last minute questions, requests, anything else? Emotional outburst. All right. Well, cool guys. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. Hanging out. Well, let's try to, week over week. I like the idea of learning something to apply for next week. Yeah, dude. So we will. Um, I'm gonna keep a notebook. I have a notebook here of just like little things that happen through the week that are like actionable trading moments or things that we could talk about. Oh, so actually there is one that we could talk about here real quick. Let's go back over. One of my members um, asked this here in our member meeting just a little while ago. So one of his things was, how do you know when stock is going to reverse or it's going to keep on um, going in a trend? And so what we were talking about here was this move on Tuesday. So um, and we'll go ahead and back up a little bit more on here. So we had this really so this dump day on Monday. Tuesday was very, very strong. And for my trade on here, I ended up getting out like around this 388, 389 area. And then it ended up kept on going, and we closed at like what 392. So his question was is how do you know like if the trend is going to continue or if you are going to get a reversal, right? And so on this, he said, like, was I upset, like, that this was a bad trade, that I got out right here and I didn't get the rest of the move? And I said, not necessarily, because of what my risk called for and what my trading plan was for me to get out right here, right? So this was my total plan here in this area, was that at this we were at the highs right here from pre-market and from before, right? So that was one area, one indication here that we were at a point of resistance. The open interest was very high at the 388 and this 389 area up into 390. So I know we were getting into resistance from that. And then the the VIX was at the prior lows, um, at that point. Um, whenever it was at the area. So I have a couple of indications that are showing me, oh, and then Apple was at resistance and Tesla was at resistance at the same time. And so Apple and Tesla actually make up about 10 or 11% of the SPY altogether. So if you get Apple and Tesla on either a rampage or a dump on the same at the same time, they are definitely going to influence the way that the market's moving. So if those are both at resistance, that's definitely notable for you to think about when it's influencing your trade, right? So I had already marked out here that 389 or so was going to be the point that I get out, and I was in on this dip. So we it pushed up, came and held the 385 like I wanted, and that was a really good trade. Now the thing is that you get this low volume algo grind here to the upside, right? So this whole volume here, right here, this was all algo here buying it up, and low liquidity algo just moving this to the upside, right? Now then we started talking about Wednesday, right? So Wednesday was pretty much the kind of the same thing here, but we didn't get a continuation. And so our question was kind of like, why, right? So why didn't we get that continuation that we got from the previous day? Remove drawing right here. And so if you take a look, we're going to come over actually into the 5-minute chart. And and we got kind of the same exact move, right? A push up, a dip to the support. This is your buy right here, and then away it went, right? Now the way that this worked the day prior though is that we kind of flagged and then we continue going, right? But now what happened here is whenever you get a push here and whenever you're looking for a trend, your volume should always kind of be about the same whenever you're continuing a trend, right? So what you're looking at here in this area is you get this huge trend move upwards, right? And then this volume is pretty significant, right? It's very high. Now you come down, right? You need to come back down to accumulate and grab some more buyers, and also some capitulation, some people taking profit off of this move. So you need to come back down, accumulate some more buyers, and create more demand, and be able to come back up. This should definitely be low volume, right? Now the thing is that whenever this started moving back to the upside here, like this, we broke the highs right here, and we continue to move up. Now in the same area though, where did this volume go? All this volume that was in here, all this demand that was in here, where did it go? It's not anything near what it was, right? So this is what one indication here on that we're probably not going to continue with the demand for us to continue moving to the upside, right? Also, that day we have the open interest very high around this 394, 395 level. So we know that the market makers, the option call writers, are going to want to try to close the ticker under 394 for the day, right? And we've gotten a little bit extended from this 394. We're at 396.26, right? So we have two different reasons or indications why the ticker should reverse and come back down. Now without this volume, and you see the volume kind of dissipating here in this type of area, so whenever the volume is getting lower but you're also making higher highs, this is called volume divergence. The volume is not matching the move the way that the demand that's needed in order for us to continue moving, right? So so with that case here, this is a good place in order for you to be able to get short or get some puts here in this trade. So I saw this high right here, we came down, we got this little flush, and we know that at the half hour and the on the hour marks are when catalysts are released on the as far as news. So we look for a little bit of volatility there. We definitely got it here on this candle to the downside, and then they tried to save it, push it back up right here. Very low volume. You can see right here there is no demand here in this area for this to continue to go up, right? So this is a really good place in order for you here on this push back up, for you to be able to grab some puts or get short, risking the high of day. So if that's your trade that you're taking right here, right? So this is 396, you're risking 27 cents. And then your first place profit taking is going to be at the line here, 394.52. So you're looking at what, $2.50 or something like that. 396, $2, yeah, or $1.50. So $1.50. So you're risking 25 cents to make $1.50. Does that fit your 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio? At least, absolutely, right? So do you have enough indications and a strong enough thesis in order for you to be able to take this trade? Absolutely, right? So you have the volume divergence that it's being set in. You also have the VIX that is sitting at support, and then you have two big time players as far as Apple and Tesla that are also at resistance. So you should be able to take this volume divergence trade. You have a good place to be able to risk off of. You have a good entry point and a good point to be able to take profit. And then what a lot of guys in my room did, they missed this first move, and so they waited for the second move up on this push. Again, there's no demand on this push up right here. Again, there's no demand on this push up to the 395 level, this structure right here. And then this is their second chance to be able to get in, and they got the second move here to continue the move to the downside. Does that make sense? So that's kind of like what I look for as far as a trend continuing or a trend trying to reverse and go back the other way whenever you have a really strong trend. So you need to have that demand to kind of stay in the same if it's going to continue going. And sometimes, like I was explaining to them on Tuesday, you just get this low volume kind of algo grind here that is, no volume here this whole day. And that's something you got to recognize, right? That you don't have a whole lot of volume on the pushes up, and that this is just being manipulated and grinded up further higher. And that even on the sells, there's not much in the sells either. So that's something that this is where you kind of lose your ass as an options trader, because on the low volume move up, you're like, there's no low volume on that push up. I'm going to go ahead and stay in here. And then it goes another dollar or two. So when your stop loss hits, you have to get out. But if you have enough pieces of evidence here as far as your confluence on for you to be able to take a trade, then you hit that with everything you got whenever you see that all these kind of things line up in order for you to be able to take that trade. Does it make sense? So there's a kind of a lesson that we talked about in my private our private member meeting for you guys all. So we weren't just going over everything else. I hope that helps you guys out. I still do swing trades? It hasn't really necessarily been a swing trade environment, but I am not against it, dude. I see some things that are really nice, depending on FOMC on Wednesday, that I would like to take some swings on. Roku is one of them. Roku is definitely one of them. Shopify, those ones too. Cool. Any questions, comments, concerns, emotional outbursts? All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and head out. I got some more stuff to do. I'm going to take a break, and I got some more stuff to work on. I hope you guys have a great, profitable trading week. If you guys need anything, send me a DM on Twitter. It's at New Age Wall Street, just ST for street. And then, like I said, I'm holding myself accountable to doing these a lot more often. I may do 2 days a week that we stream live on YouTube, and then Sunday I will definitely be here for STOCKcast on Sundays as well. Okay, so you guys take it easy. I hope you guys have a profitable week. Stay safe with all the volatility and the catalysts that we have this week, and we'll see you next time. Okay.
Go home. Every day since birth, out here putting in work. Every day since